Movie review number 1388 is The Black Cauldron. The Black Cauldron is a 1985 movie that is directed or co-directed by Ted Bowman and Richard Rich. So this movie has Walt Disney Pictures in it, and I saw this movie on July 24th, 2025 at Mariemont Theatre in Mariemont, Ohio. So the Mariemont Theatre was doing a event called Secret Base Cinema, which is an event series that they go to several movie theaters to play classic movies. And they play a Disney film for the first time, The Black Cauldron, a movie from 1985, which I heard is like the 25th animated feature from Walt Disney. And even though it wasn't as popular when the movie came out, it is still a classic, and I pretty much enjoyed it. It was nice seeing a classic Disney film in theaters again. So this movie takes place in the land of Friday, where worldly pig herder Taran dreams of becoming a gallant knight. He wants to become a warrior, and more than just being a pig herder. Young Taran receives his heroic calling when the evil Horned King kidnaps Henwen, who is a prophesying pig that had been entrusted to Taran. By the way, Henwen is the pig that Taran looks after in this film, and when the Horned King kidnaps Henwen, Taran must go and save her. Now, with help from his fury sidekick Gertie and Princess Ellery, Taran must locate the magical Black Cauldron before the Horned King is able to use his mystical powers to summon an army of the undead. Wow. So, this movie is also based on the book The Black Cauldron by Roy Alexander. So, there's a couple things I heard about this movie. First of all, I heard it was like the 25th animated feature from Walt Disney Pictures, from the Walt Disney Animation Studios label, even though the logo didn't exactly exist at the time. But another thing I heard about this movie is that it came out in 1985, and I heard that this movie was the first Walt Disney feature to receive a PG rating from the Motion Picture Association of America. So prior films were G rated, but this movie was PG rated, and I understood why. Because the movie contains scenes that might be a little unsuitable for kids without a grown up. And I also heard that the movie had to undergo some reshoots and to edit some scenes, as the original version had scenes that might have been too disturbing for children. That would have been interesting to see what the original version would have looked like. Probably would not have been PG rated, and Walt Disney Pictures were not going to go into PG-13 rated business. Of course, here's the thing. It was 1984 when the PG-13 rating became consistent, thanks to Steven Spielberg, who thought that there should be some movies that should receive a rating between PG and R. So, but anyway, The Black Cauldron had to be re-edited, and it eventually came out in 1985. It didn't really do well at the box office, but it has gotten some acclaim later on. But I thought it was a pretty good movie. It's a mystical movie taking place in a land that is filled with gallant knights and warriors, but also with evil horned kings. And the main character is just a pig herder who dreams of becoming a knight or warrior. And this quest might give him the heroic calling that he has been looking for. But with the help of Princess Elway and the sidekick Gertie, can they stop the Horned King from getting the Black Cauldron? Because if the Horned King gets the Black Cauldron, he will summon an army of the undead. There are a few scenes that feature like undead characters, which I definitely understand why the movie sustained a PG rating. But it wasn't like too graphic or anything. But I understood why they re-edited some scenes in the movie to make them more suitable for children. but at the same time, the movie did sustain a PG rating. So anyway, this movie has Grant Bossery voicing Tywin in the film. Susan Sheridan portrays Princess Ellenway, Ellonwy, who is a brave princess who accompanies Tywin in his travel. Freddie Jones voices Daraben, who is a farmer and Tywin's master. Nigel Hawthorne portrays Farador Thalem, who is a bard who plays the weary and accompanies Tywin in his travel. Arthur Millett portrays King Eldred, who is the gentle king of the fairies. John Briner portrays Gurgi, a creature of the forest who accompanies Tywin in his travel. He also voices Dory, a grumpy fairy who guides Tywin's group. Paul Father Carroll portrays Creeper, the Horn King's goblin-like assistant. Elder Reese Millen portrays Oladur, one of the three witches of Morva. Adele Malice Mori portrays Owen, another witch of Morva. And Billy Hayes portrays Odortalk, Odortalk, or Odordort, one of the three witches of Morva. Wayne Allwine portrays Wayne Allwine, James Emil Saw, Fonda Carroll, Steve Hale, Jack Moraine, Phil Nebelit, and Peter Renaday portray the whole team's huntsman. John Huston portrays the narrator, and John Hood portrays the Horned King. He is an evil king of skeletal appearance, who wants to find the Black Cauldron to rule the world. So this was a pretty good movie. I definitely recommend it. And it's a classic Walt Disney Pictures movie. But just so you know, it is PG rated. The very first PG rated movie from Walt Disney Pictures themselves. Pretty neat. So that's my movie review of The Black Cauldron. Please enjoy from this movie review. Alright, goodbye.